What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Olivia, and for today's video I just wanted to sit down and talk with you guys about how I got my abs back. Now, about a year and a half ago, I had gained a little bit of weight, and I kind of was my new physique goal that I wanted to try to get my abs back. It took me a little bit of time to kind of figure out what works for me, but in this video I'm going to share with you guys all the little points that really helped me get my abs back. So I'm going to show you guys how I went from this to this. Now, these photos are about a year apart. One's from summer of 2019, the next one is from this summer of 2020. It didn't take me a full year to see these results, but I will say, just like over the year, I kind of started finding little things that worked for me here and there. And then I would say within like 5 months of like consistently doing these things I'm going to share with you, 4 to 5 months, I really saw a lot of progress with my stomach. But just a disclaimer before we get started, I know how sometimes these videos can be triggering or can be kind of toxic without you even realizing they're toxic. I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. It's true. There's just a lot of girls, especially my age, who think that like once they get abs, they'll be happy, or you know, they'll feel attractive enough. I don't know when abs became this like golden nugget. But anyways, I just want you guys to know that like you're beautiful just the way you are, and you're perfect no matter what size, shape, how big or small you are. Like, it doesn't matter. And I can tell you right now, having abs isn't what will make you happy. This is just, I just want to make this video if you have pure physique goals and just wanted a little bit of assistance of how to achieve them. So with all that being said, let's just get started. I want to try to keep this as short and sweet as possible. So really what it came down to was really just 2 main pillars. The first one being to lower my body fat percentage, and the second one being to strengthen my core. So that leads me to my first point. The first thing I did was I lowered my body fat percentage. Now, I have a couple of videos on this already of how I've lost weight. I'll do a card if you want to click on that and watch that video. But the main thing that is important when it comes to losing weight is being in a caloric deficit. So meaning that you are consuming less calories than you are burning throughout, sorry, I just kicked the camera, throughout the whole day. Especially for this one, I definitely recommend doing your own research, either hiring a coach to help you with this, or just simply learning more about healthy ways to properly lose fat. Now, the reason why this is so important is that everyone already has abs. Our whole entire core is super prevalent in our posture, our normal daily functions, a lot of our other compound lifts that we usually are doing in the gym. So everyone already has abs. It's just the fact that you can't see them because your body fat percentage is too high. So it's kind of like your fat is like a curtain on your ab muscles. That's why decreasing your body fat percentage allows for your abs to then shine through. Now, what I will say with this is that genetics do play some role when it comes to getting your abs to show, simply because people hold weight in different areas just genetically. So you can't choose where your body stores weight, and you can't choose where your body loses weight. You can't spot reduce fat loss, which I wish was the case, but it's not. With all that being said, some people need to get to a very low body fat percentage for their abs to show through, as opposed to someone who needs to get to a moderately low body fat percentage, but their abs can still shine through. The reason for that being, there's some people who just simply don't carry a lot of fat on their core. They hold it a lot in their limbs, like in their arms and their legs. So yes, they will need to lose weight, but not that much, because their first place to lose it is their stomach, as opposed to someone who carries a lot of fat around their stomach or their core area. It would take them to get to an even lower body fat percentage to get their abs to show through. I hope that makes sense. Now, with fat loss, it can be complicated. Another little point I want to slide in there, because this is something I've been learning about, is hormonal health. Again, just check in with your doctors. Like I said, get a coach. Just do things to make sure your health is in check, because hormones play a whole completely other role with weight loss, which I've been learning so much about. So again, make sure your hormones are in check as well by going to see a doctor, going to your OBGYN if you're a female, getting those hormone tested if you feel like you have a hormone imbalance. And that's another can of worms, but I did just want to touch on that because it does play a role with fat loss. So then the second thing that I did to get my abs back is, like I said, I worked on my core strength. So I started to train my core about 2 to 3 times a week. Now, I went a really long time without training my abs, like a really long time, and I had lost so much core strength. So even like when I would occasionally do abs, I really struggled with feeling it because my core was so weak. Like my hip flexors would take over, or just like other muscles in my body would take over, and I wouldn't feel my abs working. That was also a big wake-up call that I was like, okay, I need to start strengthening my core again and get my core strength back up. Really taking the time to train them and strengthen them allowed them to show through for sure. So that was another thing that I definitely underestimated, but when I started to introduce again and started to train them, I really did see a big difference. And with that, I will also know it wasn't just like flutter kicks and some scissor kicks. Like it was, again, I wouldn't really do weighted abs. It was body weight abs, but I would do them until they burned. And once it burned, I went a little bit longer. So just really taking my core training seriously again, not just belittling it and kicking it to the side. So my third thing that I did kind of goes with that is really focusing on the engagement with the mind to muscle connection with my core. So like I said, I really was struggling with feeling my abs working when I would try to do ab exercises. So what I did was, first thing was first, I was like, I need to gain like foundational core strength again. So I literally just started with planks because it really allowed me to slow down, concentrate on tensing my core, thinking about it, and just holding it. So I started with planks, which I think is a really, really good place to start. It really, really helped me starting to build again that foundational core strength again. Now, I don't know about you, when I first started to hear like engage your core, it was kind of like vague to me. I was like, okay, cool, but like how? I didn't, you know what I mean? I was like, am I just supposed to like flex my core? I was like, am I supposed to flex my abs? I didn't really know. But something that I discovered that really, really worked for me to help me engage my core was I pretend that there was like a string that was pulling my belly button to my spine. So instead of trying to like flex my abs, I would kind of suck in really lightly, like I'm doing it right now, but I can still breathe fully and I can still talk, but it's almost as if there's like a little drawstring for my belly button and someone was cinching it back to my spine. So that was huge. That really helped me like engage my core, and I am telling you, you guys, I started to feel all of like the basic core exercises, ab exercises again so much. Like my core was on fire when I took the time to just like bring my belly button to my spine, feel that tension in my core, and then started to do the exercise. And my fourth little tip, this is gonna sound really weird, but I've been going for like daily walks probably since like March, and then again, I talk about this in my other weight loss videos, but that was a huge thing that helped me with decreasing my body fat percentage. But I kind of was killing two birds with one stone, because when I would go for my walks for like 30 minutes to an hour, I would really try to focus on my posture during my walk as well, so I kind of wouldn't be like hunching, you know what I mean? So I would focus on like kind of putting my shoulders back and down, and like I just said, tensing my core and bringing my belly button back to my spine to engage my core while I was walking. So that's kind of a weird tip that I've never heard anyone say, but I feel like it did help me strengthen that inner layer of my core, your TVA I think it's called. That inner layer just helped with again getting a flatter stomach and just strengthening my core muscles like as a whole. So those are my 4 quick tips. They are pretty basic, back to the basics, but for me it was something I was constantly overlooking and I just simply wasn't doing it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you know what the right answer is, but you're just like don't consistently put in the work and like do the action. So if that's you, this is your sign just to focus on the basics. You know what to do, just get after it. Consistency is what's going to let you see results. So yeah, I guess that'll be my final tip would be to like be patient and be consistent on this. Abs definitely don't happen overnight. They take time, but that's the same thing with any goal. Nothing worth having is worth having it come easy. I think that's the saying, or I kind of just made that up. But anyway, I hope that was helpful. That's it. I feel like I'm in such a chill mood during this video, but I hope that helped for you guys. And if it was, I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a little thumbs up. And you can subscribe if you want to see more from me. And also you can go to my Instagram if you also want to see more content from me. And that's it. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and hopefully I'll see you guys next Sunday. Peace out.